I've been wanting to talk about these kakijiku for, well, since last year when I made them. And if you want to see what I was doing when I made them, check here. But I never really talked about them, which I should have done. During exhibition I did. The exhibition was called The Misappropriation of Culture. And at that time, a lot of things going on about cultural appropriation and who is doing it and who shouldn't be doing it and who can do it, etc., etc. So I was thinking about what can I do to stir the pot a little bit. And I decided to take some things about Japan, some problems facing Japan, this was last year, and some of these problems are still here, by the way, and use some icons, some well-known characters from Japan, Japanese culture, and use them misappropriately. I also wanted to use something which is very Japanese, which is this hanging scroll, kakejiku they're called. So I kind of took that idea and I made these. Very much in Japanese culture you have tatemae and honne. Tatemae is what you see, the face. Okay, honne is what you're really thinking. So in Japan it's 99% tatemae and 1% honne usually. Except when you come to my gallery when it's the opposite. So quickly, let's talk about these pictures. Kakijiku, hanging scrolls. So we'll start over here with this one. This one is supposed to be a luxury shuriken. Okay, shuriken is the ninja throwing star. This is one called I popped my steady cha. Japanese culture is very much about taking something very, very, very simple and very mundane and dressing it up. Frills, you name it. It's just dressed up as like, and people go, whoa, and it's kind of like, well, you know, like tea ceremony, for example. Tea ceremony is all kind of like, all this kind of stuff. It's just a cup of tea. So here I took a shuriken and I made it to a luxury item. I put gold on it, I put cherry blossom in there, and made all, as they say, oshare, luxury kind of thing. So yeah, packaging, it's all packaging. In fact, actually, if you live in Japan for a long time, you'll find that most of Japanese life is about packaging. A lot of packaging in Japanese culture, a lot of packaging. Secondly, here, this one. Yes, it's Kitty. And this is about the Osaka art scene. It's very much cats, and cats. You got all these artists who just paint, draw, take photographs of cats. It's endless. A few years ago when we came back to Osaka, Japan was in the middle of a cat boom. Everything to do with cats was fun, and that's still going on. People still think cats are kawaii, cute. There was lots of exhibitions doing cat exhibitions. That was a theme. Cat exhibition. I was fed up with seeing that. It's not art. Doing a picture of your cat is not art. It says nothing. Okay? It says nothing about anything. It's just a picture of a cat. And any dumbass can do it. Just because you do a nice picture of a cat, whether it's a photograph or a painting, it doesn't make you an artist. Okay? I'm talking to you guys. You know who I'm talking to. So the idea here was, I kill off Japan's most famous cat, and then that's it. That's the end of all the cat pictures ever. It didn't work like that though, because everyone just ignored me. Cat exhibitions continue endlessly in this city. Endlessly. It'll never be over, I don't think. Poor old dogs. Yes, we all know that. We all know who that is, right? But this is symbolizing, first of all, symboling of the Japanese flag. Okay, the new Japanese flag. Because this one, was about YouTubers. Damn YouTubers. Especially non-Japanese YouTubers. They present a world of Japan which doesn't really exist. It's a fantasy world. It is a theme park. Hence the king of theme parks. You know, Japan has a lot of problems, just like other countries. But these YouTubers kind of keep showing all these videos about, oh yeah, we go to here with this like maid cafe and there's a Pokemon manhole cover and isn't Japan wonderful? It is a good place. I'm not disputing that. Japan is a good place. For me anyway. It's interesting and very stimulating. But it's not perfect. This is what this exhibition was about. It's saying like Japan is great, but it's not perfect, just like other countries. Oh, this was called Mini America. The theme park is melting, or the theme park is burning. I can't remember which. That's what, because also there's tied into this theme park thing. Theme park idea is that Japan is very much being swamped by American culture. It is relentless. American culture just keeps grinding away and away, and younger people. I'm not disparaging young people now. I was a young person once, but it's just this turning away from Japanese culture. All the things that made Japanese, all the things that made Japan, Japan. Okay, this one here. This is called My Priorities Are All Right, and this is about Japanese farming policies, and we have the government to thank for that. When I first came to Japan 30 years ago, just after that, the rice farmers of Japan had absolute bumper crop. There was just a huge excess of rice available to the market. So what happened? The price fell. And what do the farmers do? When the price falls, what do? They start complaining. Okay, so the government says, okay, right, well, what we do was we're going to subsidize you. And the reason the government was so happy to do this because a lot of these farmers support the government. But the government said, but next year, don't grow so much, okay? We have a surplus. We'll still pay you, you'll still get the subsidy, but just don't grow so much. Farmers said, sweet, no problem. And that's what happened. We had 2 years where the farmers didn't grow so much rice. And the stocks gradually, of course, got depleted until suddenly, we don't have enough rice. What did the Japanese government do? You would think they would say to the rice farmers, grow more. No, they didn't. They decided to import cheaper rice from Thailand or the USA. And the rice farmers in Japan would go, and the government said, no, don't worry, you'll still get paid. We're just going to import rice now. And that's what happened. So, the farmers, you're not growing so much rice, but you want to make some money. What do? You grow expensive fruit and vegetable, like cubed melons, watermelons, and muskmelons, which just are so ridiculously expensive. Go on YouTube, you'll find countless channel creators who do this thing about Japanese fruit and how expensive it is and does it taste good. So this is what this is about. This is Uncle Carl here. Uncle Carl, a very famous corn snack in Japan. And he's surrounded by some expensive fruit. You see it's star-shaped. I was pondering about growing star-shaped watermelons. What do you think? Put some answers in the comments. And then finally over here we have, it's called We Cherish Nature Until It's Time to Go Home. And the cherry blossom viewing. Hanami, it's called here Hanami, right? People go there drinking, eating under the cherry blossom trees. It's beautiful. Everyone's going, oh, nature, yes, we are so at one with nature. We just, oh yes, us and nature, we are together. But at the end of the day, when everyone goes home, there's just piles of trash everywhere. Rubbish, trash, garbage, whatever you call it. There's piles of it. Hence, I show here these cans, empty cans of a well-known Japanese lager. I'm not going to tell you what it is, I'll get into trouble. Actually, I did almost get into a lot of trouble with a lot of these. How I made them is printing onto wallpaper, and the printing company wouldn't print these because of copyright reasons. So for example, Uncle Carl here, I had to do like a black silhouette. They would print that, and then I painted him afterwards on with acrylic paint. There's another one which is not here. This one showed Marukome-kun, which is a miso paste company character. And this is about, in Japan, children are not getting enough to eat. And people are like, really? What? Hang on, this is Japan, right? It is Japan, but there's surprisingly a large number of children who are not getting 3 meals a day. They're only getting 1 when they go to school. And so I'm using Marukome-kun to show he's a child, but usually he has a smile. I turned his mouth around and emptied the bowl. So there you have it, a quick rundown of these kakujiku. I had fun doing them. The exhibition we had last February, people came, and I would say 99% Japanese people came. So I'm actually telling them, hey, your country's got some problems. Like, ooh.